What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we're talking about All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. So this book is in a very similar vein as like Salt to the Sea and Between Shades of Grey. Both of those are by Rudis Apetis, and what those books do is they kind of take like World War II and they show it from a different perspective. It's also from a very human perspective, and I really loved that, and that's exactly what All the Light We Cannot See does. It's told from like a French perspective, which is one that I hadn't really seen much before, but within the book, it's also told from like two very different perspectives, because we have a girl named Marie-Laure. She's blind. She went blind when she was very young, like growing up, hearing about books and living in these worlds, and her father have to go on the run from the Nazis when they occupy France. But then we also have a boy named Werner, who is very similar at first to Marie-Laure, but he grows up and he gets put into like the Hitler Youth and he goes into the army. And you start to kind of see how that changes him and how he still thinks about things in a very similar way, but he has been beaten down by this war. And one thing that really stood out to me in this book was that it's showing us what war does to dreamers. Because that's what Werner and Marie-Laure are. They're dreamers. They dream of another world. They love learning and all of this stuff. And they have to go through this war and it has to change them. They have to change and adapt to it. And it's showing us what exactly the war does to them, how they're forced to grow up very quickly. And I really enjoyed that. I really like that this is showing World War II from a very human perspective, because I've never really been one for like battles and numbers and all of that kind of stuff. So when you give me characters that I can attach to, that's somebody that I can like really like and learn and see how they grow, that's what I love. So I did really enjoy this book. It's very well written. I feel like it's a tad long. There is a lot in this book that I feel like you don't necessarily need per se, but I did really enjoy it, and honestly, it is an absolutely amazing read. I also recently watched this movie called The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society on Netflix, which is really awesome. If you haven't watched it, I do highly recommend that you do. And that movie is kind of about how the war still goes on for people. So like the war is over, but for some people it's not. Like they're having trouble moving on with their lives, and for some people like that is just not okay, and they're gonna leave you behind. They're like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're obsessing over this. I don't know why you can't move on. And so it's this need to like find people who understand that. And that really got me thinking again about All the Light We Cannot See, because at the end of this book, and I'm not going to spoil it, but we do get to see how people's lives just have to go on. Like all of this stuff happens and you really feel affected by it and you're really thinking about it, but then all of a sudden we jump and there's like time is going on and people are living their lives, and you're like, but wait, like what happened with all of this stuff? And you really do feel like it like left you, like you're still living in the war, but lives are going on, time is moving forward, and you just have to keep going. And I thought that was really interesting. I love how the author was able to convey that, and more than anything, I haven't been able to stop thinking about All the Light We Cannot See. It's just a really good book. It's very well written, and I do highly recommend it. I also want to give a big thank you to @MaryScavenger on Twitter for recommending this book to me, because I probably wouldn't have read it otherwise, and I'm very, very glad that I did. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!